Good morning, everyone. It's THG News Today with Mervyn Henley. It's the Friday, 3rd November. Let us hear from our sponsor. That's Colin Sun's on St. Martin, and we will be right back with the news. Colin Suns have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years, and the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Colin Sun's for simply the best. There are two locations, Colbay and on the Punfill. In Colbay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Punfill, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Colin Sun's. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colbay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Colin Sun's Bakery. We are here to serve you. The St. Vincent Times has reported that police are investigating the circumstances that have led to the death of a 3-year-old child in a house fire that occurred in Diamond on Wednesday, November 1st. According to preliminary investigations, at the time of the incident, 3 minors who are siblings were alone in the house. The mother of the children reportedly went to do a chore not too far away from where the house was located. The house was a 25 by 30 structure made from plywood with a concrete floor and a galvanized roof. The fire destroyed the house and all of its contents and killed the youngest sibling, who was a 3-year-old boy. The other 2 children escaped unhurt. Police officers in the district, community members, and officers from the fire department all assisted in extinguishing the fire. After the fire was extinguished, the police searched for the remains of the child. The district medical officer arrived on the scene and later identified the charred remains of the deceased. A post-mortem examination will be conducted on the body to ascertain the exact cause of death. Members of the public who have information that can assist with the investigation are encouraged to call 999 or 911 or contact the officer in charge of the South Central Division at 1784-458-4200. Investigations are ongoing. Such a devastating story. You know, this happens all the time in the islands where we have parents or the guardian leave the house. You take it for granted that you're just going by the neighbor to pick up something or to go somewhere down the road, and you come back and there is nothing to come back. And I cannot imagine the pain and the devastation and the regret and everything that this mother or the parents are going through at this time. I mean, it's just sad. Now news from St. Kitts and Nevis. The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew, was amongst the officials gathered at the Cayenne Jet Private Lounge to officially welcome Jetblue on its inaugural flight to RLB International Airport on Thursday. A warm welcome reception was held at the airport for executives of Jetblue Airways Corporation, which allowed for the government of St. Kitts and Nevis to demonstrate its gratitude for this partnership that will undoubtedly improve connectivity between St. Kitts and the United States. Delivering brief remarks, Prime Minister the Honourable Dr. Drew stated that the occasion symbolizes St. Kitts and Nevis's successful efforts towards propelling the nation's economy to new heights through strategic government-led initiatives and fostering a conducive business environment. He said the introduction of JetBlue services to St. Kitts and Nevis is a testament to our commitment to diversifying our economy and expanding our international connectivity. This partnership with a renowned airline of JetBlue's stature will undoubtedly yield transformative economic impacts for our beloved federation. The Honorable Prime Minister noted that the economic implications of the addition of JetBlue flights are multifaceted and far-reaching. The enhanced airlift capacity provided by JetBlue would substantially bolster our tourism sector, which serves as a cornerstone of our economy. This augmented accessibility will attract a large number of travelers. The ensuing increase in tourist arrivals will spur demand for our local goods and services, resulting in substantial revenue growth for our businesses and entrepreneurs. Moreover, Dr. Drew pointed out that the introduction of JetBlue also signifies a catalyst for job creation here on St. Kitts and Nevis, noting that as tourists flock to our shores, new employment opportunities will emerge, ensuring that our citizens can reap the benefits of this growth. These jobs will not only provide livelihoods, but also empower our people, enabling them to actively contribute to their families, their communities, and ultimately to the economic stability and sustainability of the nation. JetBlue now offers travelers year-round direct flights to and from New York City and St. Kitts. The service will operate weekly on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Great news for St. Kitts and Nevis. And again, I must say the Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Marsha Henderson, just over a year ago, she got to office. And it is just incredibly amazing because this wasn't on the books. There may have been discussions about JetBlue, but no one sat with JetBlue to move forward with where we are today. That was the Honorable Marsha Henderson. Rolled up her sleeves and got to work with a very competent team, and they know what they're doing. Got JetBlue yesterday, Caribbean Airlines, and into Caribbean to the shores of St. Kitts and Nevis within a year. A year and 2 months or whatever it is. That is amazing. We must rally around our government and our leaders when things are going right, when a government is doing what they're supposed to do. And that is to build our country and to provide jobs and boost the economy. Yes, we're supposed to applaud them. And when they do wrong or when they go off track, we must hold them accountable and we must pull them up and we must call them out. But I can't. This time for sure, we have to applaud what has happened. And I don't think we understand yet the magnitude and the significance of JetBlue to St. Kitts not Nevis, to St. Kitts. And finally, in our news this morning, out of Antigua and Barbuda, Justice Anne Marie Smith, she said she was angry over what this person did, but I don't think her anger matched the sentence. So I'm going to read it to you and then I report and you decide. Here goes. Out of Antigua and Barbuda, Justice Anne Marie Smith angrily told Duffield Desting, and this is according to the Antigua Observer, during his sentencing hearing on Tuesday, you need to face the fact that you are sick and a dangerous individual and that you need help. Desting in 2 separate cases admitting to having sex with a 15-year-old girl on 2 occasions and confining another to his car less than 2 years later. And this was just a few years after he'd finished serving a sentence for another sexual offense. The pedophile was sentenced on Tuesday to serve a total of 8 years and 9 months for 2 counts of unlawful sexual intercourse and unlawful confinement. Engaging in sexual intercourse with a minor under the age of 16 is punishable by a maximum prison sentence of 10 years, while the maximum sentence for unlawful confinement is 7 years. In his sentencing hearing, Desting began by apologizing, saying, "I wouldn't want that to happen to my child because I have a 2-year-old daughter. Give me a break. And I would like her to grow up knowing that she's protected." Justice Smith later called him a dangerous individual and said young girls must be protected from a person of your ilk. She then encouraged him to seek or accept help. The judge followed the sentencing guidelines, adding and subtracting based on aggravating and mitigating factors, and then deducting 1/3 of his guilty plea as the law stipulates. In the end, he was sentenced to 4 years and 3 months for each time he had sex with the girl in the first incident, but those sentences were made concurrent. He got a further 4 years and 6 months for confining the other minor. Together, he will serve 8 years and 9 months in prison. The 44-year-old met the 15-year-old on Facebook in 2019 and began speaking to her daily. She told him her age and he claimed to be 22, although he was actually 41 at the time. Nevertheless, the conversations eventually became sexual. They agreed to meet so she could see who she was speaking to, and he picked her up at school and was to take her home, but instead he drove to a beach in Five Islands despite her reluctance. He had unprotected sex with her in the back seat of the rental car and then gave her a morning after pill. In November 2020, she agreed to meet with him again and agreed to have sexual intercourse with him, and they did so at his home. It was when she asked for a ride one day that her father saw them together and she was forced to confess. Then in 2021, Destin grabbed a 12-year-old off the street and confined her to his car by restraining her with his hands and beating her. When questioned, Destin claimed the child had run away from home and he was taking her back. The child continued to plead for help and the passerby intervened and freed her from the defendant's grasp. The accused then threatened the man before he sped away in his car. Destin claimed that he became frustrated while looking for someone who owed him $10,000 and grabbed the girl not knowing if she had relation to the debtor. Bull. Ay, ay, ay. This is, and just what, 8 years for all of this? 8 years? And you served time before for other offenses? And you got 8 years for doing this? This dude deserves the electric chair. 8 years? Parents, yes, we give our children the space, as we call it, teenagers especially. But you see that thing called social media and Facebook and Snapchat? Don't take it for granted that your children only talking to the boys, meaning the boy, your boy child is only talking to the boys and having fun or playing a game. And the same thing, the girl is only talking to their friends. Sometimes you just have to just walk up on them and say, hand me the phone. Let me see what's going on here. You got to monitor your children, especially minors. I'm done with the news for this morning. Do join me again on Monday morning for a similar presentation. I may have a surprise for you on Monday morning, so you may want to be in tune. You're going to want to be in tune to THG News Today on Monday morning. I am Mervyn Hanley. Hey guys, have a safe and a blessed weekend. God bless.